Hello everyone, how are you doing? Let's get started with the next one, which is assignment 7A, but part 2 of it. This is the flywheel that you can see on the screen here. As you can see, this is the one we drew earlier. You can actually draw both of these on the same drawing, which is 7A. Make sure you put in all the layers that you require. Also, make sure you put in your Lisp title block, the one that you created in the last assignment. I want to make sure that you're using that all the time from now on out till the end of the semester, including your final exam. You'll be using it. Make sure you put in your own title block. Do not use the generic one. I'm looking for the Lisp one that you guys made for yourselves on assignment 6. That's going to be the one that you're going to use every time when you do a drawing from now on. Okay, I won't show it here. I expect that you guys should be able to do that. I'm just trying to do this very quickly to help you guys out. All right, so let's move on. Let's go ahead and start. As you know, I can see I love circles, so start with circles. So let's start with the circle. What is the inside diameter? Is 0.5. There it is. Let's draw another circle from the center. And what am I going to do? Come out diameter of 2.5, which happens to be the big circle around. Now I do need the two little circles that are inside. These are two centerline circles. I do need those so I can find out where the position of these slots are. So let's draw a circle here going out. And what's the diameter of that? Of the first one on the inside is 1. And then another one going out. What's the diameter of that? It is 2. I believe. Yes, it is. Now, just for sake of grins, I've already created center lines. So let's go ahead and make these center lines. There we go. And just to be clear, center line, center line, center line. There we go. So there we go. We got our center lines. We're ready to go. But I need some vertical and horizontal center lines too. So I'm going to draw some lines going up. Just make this line a little bit longer. Draw another line from the center going over to the right. And then extend this one out to the other side. There we go. And then change the style of these to center lines. Okay, so there we go. We got them. Now, what will be the next thing we need to do? We need to go ahead and draw our pocket, right? And before we do that, we need to notice how is this thing oriented? You can see there's a 56-degree angle and a 39-degree angle. Those are special. That means there's only one sitting at that angle and one sitting at that angle. The rest of these, if you notice from the bottom going downwards and the bottom 180 of this circle, it's 45 degrees typical. That means typical space from here to here to here to here. So there's 5 of them that we're really focusing on that we can use. What command? Array classic. So let's use array classic. Array, if I can spell right. Array classic. There we go. And forgot to first draw my piece first. So let's draw the first part. I want to take this first piece and I'll rotate it around. I wouldn't want to use this because I have to rotate 2 ways, right? Or array 2 ways. Just to pick one of these on the left or right, you can array this whole set in one shot. So let's draw it. What are we doing here? I noticed that the center of these 2 circles are right on the 2 tangents or on the intersection of these 2 lines, right? So what are those? The width of that whole circle is 0.25, right? That's the diameter of it. So let's draw a circle from here, diameter 0.25. Draw another circle right there, diameter 0.25. There we go. And now what do I need to do? Just connect these, right? Here to here. Oops. Line, connect here to here. From here to here. And then what do I do? Trim this stuff out. Trim, 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 trim. And is there anything left? Yes, there's a little bit left there. Let's make sure I get that. And I think there's one little piece here too. Get that. And I think we're all good. There we go. There's my first piece. There's my first little piece that I need to array. So let's do array classic. It's like we mentioned earlier. Pick is it a polar rectangle? It's a polar, which is polar is around a circle. Select objects, which happens to be this. And I'll go ahead and select the center line as well because I want to actually rotate the center line around as well. What's the center? Center is going to be right there in the center of that. How many pieces are there? There are 5. And what angle do we need to go? Well, it's 180 is what we're filling, right? But if I do 180, it shows in here that it's correct, but this is a glitch in AutoCAD. Actually, if I'm going clockwise, that's always minus, right? Clockwise is always minus, so it should be minus 180. Don't forget that. And I'm going to hit OK. And there it is. They're all there. Now, since I have those what I want, now I need to focus on the two special ones, which is one at 39 degrees and the other one at 56 degrees. So what do? Array classic again. Pick the object that I want, which happens to be just one of these, and a center line. Center of it, which happens to be the center of this. How many? There's two. You have to have more than one to do an array, right? Array means multiples of something. So if you just show one here, it's not gonna like it too much. So make it 2, and what's the angle? It's going clockwise, which is minus 39 degrees, which is what the angle of that thing's sitting at, right? So I hit OK. There it is. Now before I go any further, I want to clean up some of the center lines real fast. I don't need this one to go all the way through because it's part of this center line, and it's different. So I'm going to do a trim from here and get rid of this line right there. I'm going to do a trim and get rid of the line that goes through the other side. There we go. So it's individual center lines going through. Got it? Now there's one more to do, which is the 56 degrees. So Array Classic. Select Objects. This one again. And the center line. The center happens to be center of this. There's 2. And what angle is that? Well, I'm going in a counterclockwise, which happens to be positive, 56 degrees. Okay, and there it is, 56 degrees. Now, again, I'm going to clean this up by trimming from the center. I don't want this to go across, it has no bearing, and I don't want this to go across because it has no bearing. There we go. And it looks like that's about all we're looking for. Of course, you don't need dimensions, but everything needs to be right. All right, I hope that helps with the first part. I'll come back here in a second with part B.